TJ Dillashaw, my boy, has just hung up the gloves.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Sad day. Spain without the S. It's over. Career over. Game over. And he ended his career the way he did. And such a tragic ending, you know, to go through that 2.5-year suspension he served from popping for EPO to then come back, have that one win where he barely beat Corey to then injure his knee, take another layoff, just to come back, lose in his recent title fight to the current champion in the most embarrassing and dominant fashion, in a fight where he suffered another brutal injury, which I think is the reason why his career has ended. Or I know it's the reason his career ended. So going into that fight with Aljamain Sterling, he, kept it to himself. He was dealing with a shoulder injury. He decided to not pull out of the fight. He decided to go through with the fight and tear up that shoulder, mess it up even worse mid-fight, and lose the way he did because of it. Which sucks, because that's a fight that I felt TJ could have won if he actually had a healthy shoulder. So, of course, he got the shoulder surgery, but then he was informed that there were some complications to that surgery and that he may need a second one. And these shoulder surgeries, man, they take like ages to recover from, like a year and a half. So combine another one that could be like another year to 2 years, which could mean TJ might need something drastic as 3.5 years off. And TJ Dillashaw is 36 years old and he's injury prone. So yeah, I don't blame him for retiring, honestly. I think that was the best move for TJ Dillashaw, because if he decides to go through with this recovery process to try and come back and resume his career, he's going to be 39, 40 by the time he comes back, which is going to be more years wasted, and he's just going to further slip past his prime. Yeah, I don't think so. That was actually the smart move by TJ Dillashaw. Now, Ariel Helwani did say that, it could just be an emotional decision, and maybe over time he might change his mind, but nah, I don't think TJ should come back. I don't think he'll have it in him to come back. He's a family man now. Okay, he's a father, he's got a son, he's a husband. I think he should just look to do other things with his life now. I don't think he has to do this anymore. He's had a good run. It ended in the most tragic way possible, from serving that suspension, having his legacy tarnished from the drug bust, and then losing his last title fight the way he did. It sucks, but he had a good run, and TJ has nothing left to prove. He's a former 2-time bantamweight champion, legend of the fight game, absolute pioneer. I mean, this guy carried the bantamweight division when Dominic Cruz was on the mend. I mean, I know it was Renan Barão at first, but then TJ came along, destroyed Barão, and then TJ was that guy for a bit before Dominic Cruz got healthy again. But even when Cruz came back and regained the throne, TJ was still around, still a top dude in the division, still winning fights, and then regained the belt once Cruz lost it, had one last title run that unfortunately ended. It was his fault, but due to the hands of USADA, because he took EPO to make the flyweight weight limit, which resulted in the end of his career and the death of his legacy, basically. The reckoning of his legacy. Because now when people look back and remember TJ, they'll remember him as that quote-unquote cheater, and he won't get credit for all those great performances he put on over the years. But it is what it is, man. I mean, honestly, like the old saying goes, don't be sad that it's over, just be happy that it happened. And I'm happy that it happened, and I'll forever be grateful for TJ Dillashaw and all those classic performances he's put on, knocking out Cody Garbrandt twice, those clinics over Renan Barão, all moments that I'm always going to hold near and dear to my heart and I'm never going to forget. I'll forever appreciate TJ Dillashaw, all the memories he's given me, all the fun moments he's dished out for all the fans, regardless of how everything came to an end. I mean, growing up, TJ Dillashaw was such a treat to watch. I mean, his style was so unique, amazing footwork, very crafty, dynamic striking, overall versatile striker or fighter, very good at mixing in his striking with his wrestling, a great wrestler, great everywhere pretty much, high IQ, well-conditioned. You know, TJ Dillashaw in his prime was an absolute stud. Him and Dominic Cruz were like my favorite bantamweights growing up. And it's just sad now. Like 2022, a lot of vets are retiring. TJ's one of them, but TJ's gone. Not only that, Frankie Edgar retired. Jose Aldo's retired. Pretty soon, Dominic Cruz is going to be gone too, which is going to be very heartbreaking. And it's just honestly not going to be the same without the man. I'm definitely going to miss TJ Dillashaw, but this was the right call. This was the right move because he's 36. He's in his late 30s and he just can't stay healthy. Like, TJ's not washed in terms of his ability to compete with the top guys of the division. Like, he's still good. He still has it in a way. His skills are still there. Like, he beat Corey Sandhagen regardless of what you thought of the decision. He went a hard 5 rounds with a young, dangerous, prime contender, and Corey did very well. Even if he didn't win, TJ didn't look like he was outmatched or past his prime. I think TJ is still TJ, but the difference is he's just injury prone, and injury prone at the worst, most unfortunate time in his late 30s. He cannot stay healthy in his late 30s. If TJ Dillashaw wasn't injury prone, I still believe TJ could be a top guy in this division, and he'd still be a threat to that title. But because of all these injuries, you know, the injury he got against Corey, and then just recently, it's like, yeah, I think TJ's time is done. I think time is up. Father Time has caught up to TJ Dillashaw, and his body just can't stay together. He's kind of made of glass now, so it is what it is, man. TJ, I mean, he could maybe retire, become a full-time coach. You know, I mean, he's got businesses that he runs. He doesn't need to fight anymore. He doesn't need to. So it is what it is. You know, sucks that it has to end this way, but that's life. And TJ, thank you for an amazing career, regardless of what these people say about you. I appreciate you. I'm a fan. I love you, TJ. No homo. You know, without a doubt, you're one of the greatest bantamweights of all time, 100%. And I wish you a speedy recovery and a happy retirement. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.